Alright, so today we're going to be talking about setting up our templates in Dentrix. So we'll just jump right in. We're going to start in the patient chart here. So just open up any patient file. Over here on the right side, you'll see all of your templates. We'll go ahead and click here. That's your template setup. This shows all of your existing templates, the ones that come default. Today we're going to set up a new template. So up at the top here, we'll click New Template. This gives us all of our categories so we can keep them nice and neat in there and organized. Today we'll click Restorative and we'll just do Composite Filling. And we'll just do a little practice one here. Here on the left, it's your clinical note text, and over here on the right is your clinical note prompts. So first we're going to set up our prompts by clicking that Select Setup, and this will show us all of our default options. So there are a lot of options here. They're in alphabetical order, so you can find them easily, and you can also create new ones. So that's what we'll do. Click New, and we'll give our prompt a name. So for this one, we'll start by doing a tooth number for which tooth we'll be working on. Prompt text, that is what it will pop up and say to you, so you know what you're answering. And then your response type, you have some choices here too, so you can play around with these. For this one we'll do select a tooth, and yes, we will allow multiple selections in case you are doing multiple composites at the same time. So then once you're finished with that, click OK. Actually, I'm sorry, we need to click on it. So go back into the Select Setup and find where we put our tooth number. Scroll down to tooth number, we'll click it, and then we'll click OK. Once we do that, that will pop up on the side here where it says Clinical Note Prompts. That's what we want. Then back on the left side, we'll enter some clinical note text. This will kind of get you started on your sentence. So we'll put patient presents for composite restoration on tooth number. And that way, once we have that, we can just click on our tooth number on the side and click Insert Prompt in Text. And that will fill in that blank for us every time. We'll just put a period. That'll complete our sentence. And then we'll go ahead and make a new one, what our next thing is going to be. So we'll hit Select Setup again. We'll do blood pressure. We can see it's not on there. So we'll hit New again. And we'll give our prompt a name, keeping in mind that they are in alphabetical order. And again, prompt text is what it will prompt you to answer. Response type for this, we'll go ahead and put number or amount, since that's what we're working with blood pressure. You can enter a default number, but since blood pressure varies so much, we'll go ahead and leave this blank, and we'll click OK. Then again, we will find where our prompt is. We'll click on the blood pressure and click OK. That'll pop up into our clinical note prompt. Then back on the left side, we can start our starter sentence. We'll put took patient's blood pressure, and I'll just put a colon, and then we can click on the right side, blood pressure, and insert prompt in text. That with the little squiggly lines will give you, that will fill in your answer for you. So we'll go ahead and click OK. And we'll go ahead and check out and see how it's looking. So we'll close out of that, and we'll start a new clinical note so we can see how it's looking. Go over to our templates on the side. Since we put it under restorative, we'll click that, and then double click composite filling. So then it pops up and it starts asking you your questions. So which tooth? We can pick our tooth. We'll say 14. Then patient's blood pressure. We'll just go ahead and type that in. We'll make it 120/80. And click OK. So then we can see how our template is looking. Patient presents for composite restoration, tooth number 14. Took patient's blood pressure, 120/80. So we can see that it's a nice complete sentence. Everything kind of just fills in for you, the major details that are going to change between patient to patient. Say though that you want to change something. Say, okay, it says tooth number 14. What surface? I'm not sure unless it asks me. So we'll go ahead and add that in. We'll go back to our template set up here, and since it's already in here again, we'll just find it under restorative, scroll down to composite filling, and then click edit template. So now we need to create a new prompt that will show the surface that we're looking for. So we'll go ahead and scroll through and see if it's on here. So we can see it's all in alphabetical order. Surface, it's on there. So we can select it and click edit, just to make sure that everything's in there the way that we want it to be. Response type, select surface would be a good option. So we'll click OK, select it and click OK, then it's in there. So just make sure that you put it where you want it to go. So we'll just add it here. We can actually just take out this period here, since we'll just want it to say 14 MO. We'll just insert that prompt right into there. Then we'll put our period at the end, a little space to separate our sentences. So now let's try this out. We'll click OK, and then we'll close out of our template setup. And then we'll just delete this so that we have a fresh slate here. And we'll go back over to our templates and find ours again. We'll scroll down, it's under restorative. Find where it says our composite filling and double click it. Then it starts asking our questions. Which tooth? Okay, we'll go with 14 again. Click OK. And then it asks us patient's blood pressure. We'll go ahead and answer this just to see, but we can already tell that something's not right. So we'll just go ahead and fill this in. And then it asks us the surface. Okay, well, that's fine. And we can see now that it did put it in the right spot. It did tell us 14 mesial. But that's not really how we wanted to ask us. We wanted to ask us right away. So we go back into our setup. Let's find it again under restorative, composite filling, and edit template. So we can see over here on the side that these can be moved. So where it says select or surface select, we'll go ahead and select it and then move it up. And that just puts it ahead of blood pressure, so that way it asks us that first. So let's try it again. We'll delete that again. And let's try it again. We'll scroll down and double click composite filling. Which tooth? We'll stick with 14. Click OK, and now it asks us our surface. Perfect. We'll go with mesial occlusal. And we'll add, and then you'll see the surface is down there at the bottom. Click OK as long as it's correct, and then it'll continue on to your other questions. And we'll go ahead and put in the blood pressure again and click OK. Now everything still looks right, but it also was asking you in the right order as well. So I hope that that all made sense and that we all got our template set up. These will make your life so much easier so you're not writing notes all night. Please let me know if you have any comments, comment down below, any questions, or if you need any other help with Dentrix. I'd be happy to help. Leave me a comment and I will reach out to you. Thanks for watching.